And still on the Central African Republic, and players in the business sector took to the streets Saturday in the capital Bangui, asking the president and the rebels to come to a consensus and end the hostilities that have greatly affected businesses in the country. Some traders say they have suffered huge losses since the offensive started about 4 weeks ago, while some companies have been forced to close shop. Kofam Ranger was in the middle of the action and filed this story.
Businessmen and women in Bangui now say enough is enough. For 3 weeks, their businesses have suffered, some incurring huge losses, while others forced to close shop. And on Saturday, they took to the streets to urge the rebels and the president to end the chaos, go to the negotiating table and find a solution to the problem facing the Central African nation.
Many people have left the country, so it becomes difficult, very difficult to sell our goods. Now we can't involve in our business.
Many residents have been living in fear in Bangui since the rebels threatened to advance into the capital some time back, despite them halting their advance and agreeing to hold talks with the president in neighboring Gabon. And with the talks expected to kick off next week, these protesters were here to make their message clear.
We need a peace. We need a peace in our country. We want to develop this country. Stop the war. Stop the war. Please stop the war.
I'm very upset with this problem in our country because our country is a poor country, a small country, and our economic is too a small economic. So this problem stop everything, cheating. We think in Gabon they will have the solution.
The country's prime minister has, however, insisted that a demand by the rebels that one of their conditions for engaging in dialogue in the talks is that the president has to step aside will never be on the agenda in Gabon, just days before the talks kick off next week.
The president was elected for a 5-year term, and he must stay in power until the end of his term. So there is no way that this can be at the top of the agenda in Gabon.
Residents will be watching keenly on how the talks will go should they kick off on the 8th of January in Libreville. Even as the president and the rebels prepare to go for talks in neighboring Gabon next week, businessmen and women are already feeling the heat. Business has literally come to a standstill as many live in fear that rebels could take the capital too. And the message coming out of here is very simple. Please stop the war. Kofam Ranger, CCTV, Bangui, in the Central African Republic.